Starting a YouTube channel and consistently posting content can be overwhelming. It can be kind of scary, and it also can be frustrating because you're not sure how to get views, you're not sure how to grow. And personally, I know exactly how you feel. I remember when I posted my first video, scared, armpit sweaty, nervous to put myself out there on YouTube. But today, I've now posted thousands of videos. I've gotten over 200 million views on YouTube, and now I've helped tens of thousands of people really build the confidence to get on camera and succeed with YouTube. You gotta start before you're ready. Now, of course, there's all kinds of tactics, and you gotta have great titles and thumbnails and how do you make videos. But the truth that I've noticed that holds most people back is actually this first C, courage. You gotta overcome the fear of what other people think. The truth is, one of the hardest obstacles to overcome when getting on YouTube is the fear of what other people think. A lot of times we might say, I'm too old to start YouTube, or I'm too young to start YouTube. A lot of other excuses people have. I don't have the time to do this. You have to actually overcome all of those excuses, really stop making excuses and say, I'm just gonna start getting results. I'm not gonna let time hold me back, my age hold me back. You have to have the courage to get on camera, and then when you play back that video, you have to hear your own voice, and you're probably not gonna like it. You gotta have the courage to start before you're ready. You gotta have the courage to punch fear in the face. You gotta have courage to embrace criticism and negative comments. I promise you that if you start posting content on the internet, and if you achieve your stated goal, Sean, I would love to get 1,000 subscribers, 10,000 subscribers, 100,000 subscribers, and get a silver play button. If you get 100,000 subscribers, there's definitely gonna be a few people on the journey who don't like you, or they don't like your content, but you have to start anyways. Get that $50 webcam, grab that flashlight as your only lighting source, just start, because once you start moving, you can improve as you go. I've learned this, you can't steer a parked car. The first C of the 7 C's of YouTube success is courage. You have to start before you're ready. You gotta start moving. Because once you start moving, the rest of the tips, once you start moving, the rest of the strategies, they actually work. But you can't just sit there and just absorb a bunch of information and take no action and expect to get results. Friend, it's time to summon a new level of courage. Oh, but Sean, I don't have enough money to do this. Friend, if you're watching this video, you can start. Because you're either watching this on a smartphone, you're listening to this from your phone or in your car, and at home you got a laptop, or you got a computer, or your friend does, or your partner does, or you could go borrow one. Like, there's a way to figure out how to do this. See, I've learned it actually really isn't about your resources. It's about your resourcefulness. So you just got to get resourceful. Oh yeah, okay, I do have these obstacles. I do have these setbacks. I do have these challenges. I do have that crazy ex. I do have that stuff in that situation. But I'm gonna be resourceful. I'm gonna be wise. I'm gonna be cautious, but I'm going to be courageous. Are you looking for the best YouTube marketing and money-making strategies for growing your online business? Well, then make sure you subscribe to the Think Media podcast. Every single Tuesday, we release a power-packed, actionable podcast episode where we cover the latest advanced strategies for growing faster on YouTube. We bring on industry experts and pick their brains on how they use YouTube to grow their businesses so you can learn their secrets. To listen, just search Think Media Podcast on Apple, Spotify, or anywhere you listen to podcasts, or check out the video podcast on YouTube at youtube.com/Think Media Podcast. Do you want to improve the quality of your videos? Are you trying to figure out what is the best camera or how to accessorize your smartphone with audio and lighting?
Do you want to figure out the best microphones and live streaming gear for creating content on YouTube and across social media platforms? If you'd say yes, then I want to invite you to check out and subscribe to our main YouTube channel, Think Media. At youtube.com/thinkmediatv, you'll find weekly uploads that'll help you up your video game and find the best tips and tools for building your influence with online video. Just click the link in the description or go to youtube.com/thinkmediatv to get access for free. The brand new and updated version of YouTube Secrets 2nd edition is out now. Learn the strategies of today's top video influencers in this step-by-step YouTube playbook. Get your paperback, Kindle, or audiobook today at ytsecrets.com or by clicking the link in the show notes or the description. The creator economy is booming, and if you're looking for a way to get deeper dive tips and more connection with us at Think Media, then I want to invite you to follow us over on Instagram at Official Think Media, where we post daily tips to help you get an edge in the creator economy.
Content creation is the world's newest language. If you go on vacation and you had a translator with you, I would deem that kind of frustrating. Every time you're trying to communicate, you're gonna have some trouble. But if you knew how to speak the language, you can navigate the land better, right? And so I believe if you can put that on you, you should be able to film you. You're not gonna be the content creator you're supposed to be right now. When you look back on the videos that I did in 2020, I mean, I had a mushroom haircut. I was like, what was I doing in 2020? But I was like, man, I can get better. And as you do it, you get better. And this is what I found. I found that there's only one way to actually get better. Omar, how do I get better? You could only get better by doing. Nothing replaces repetition. Repetition will get you better. Repetition will get you in the flow. And then before you know it, it's just gonna be a natural thing for you to create videos.
One of the biggest things I see people do is overthinking, right? Like, you gotta just press record. You gotta punch fear in the face, punch perfectionism in the face, and press record.
I take the whole city down with this. I take the whole city down with this. Wanna be down, wanna dash, wanna go fast, wanna be brave, wanna move like an assassin. Just to be frank, it's not for the faint of heart. And the only question left is, where do we start? I take the whole city down with this. I take the whole city down with this. I'm a Palisade, swinging on a helicopter blade, eating fish fillet. When I'm done, I'll be on the way. I was sitting back, I can see the city in decay. I'm a stampede running through the middle of your face. I'm a red cape, hip stance, I'ma save the day. At the midpoint, nice of you to come and drain the race. If it's victory, that's the only thing that I'ma taste. Watch the moon, river dance, and reflect the lake. Power is everything. The voice inside your head said that you can do anything. You start to feel the power building up in your ears ring. You feel the bravery and courage tugging your heartstrings. It's not over. You can see it, it's right there. It's getting closer. Your energy means enemies are getting colder. It's the night that we strike, be like cobras. Take a minute to power up, then it's over. Wanna be down, wanna dash, wanna go fast, wanna be brave, wanna move like an assassin. Just to be frank, it's not for the faint of heart. And the only question left is, where do we start? I take the whole city down with this. I take the whole city down with this. I take the whole city down with this. I take the whole city down with this.
Welcome to this free YouTube class. Sean Cannell here, and I am super fired up for the content today. This class is live and it's going to be available on a limited replay. And so make sure to watch until the end because there's going to be a lot of tactical value. We're going to be talking about one strategy that I've been using on Think Media that's generating actually over 300,000 views a day, and going to be talking about the overarching strategy plus 3 tactical tips. We're going to get into that in just a second, but I want to welcome Melissa from the Think Media team because we just have a few announcements and some giveaways. And so, Melissa, how are you doing and what do we need to know today?
Doing great, Sean. Excited to be hanging out with all of you guys, learning some YouTube strategy. I do want to just go over a couple extra bonuses that you get when you join us live here on this class today. So First and foremost, if you're watching on the watch page right now, then make sure that you are clicking through to join us on YouTube. That's where you'll be able to actually chat with us, and that's important for a couple of different reasons. So if you're on mobile or desktop, just hover over the video that you're watching right now and look where it says, it might say watch on YouTube or just YouTube, and click on that. It'll take you over to the same video just on a YouTube page. And again, that's where we have the chat available. So let us know right now, where are you watching from? So what part of the world are you watching from? Let us know in the chat. I always love to see where different people are from, because we usually get people from all over the world. And so one of those reasons why you want to be in the chat with us today is, first and foremost, while Sean is teaching today, we all get to chat and hang out, and I will be in there answering your questions throughout the day today. And then towards the end of the day, after Sean is done with his actual teaching, we're going to do Q&A. And so you'll have the opportunity to ask Sean, how does this content apply to me? What does this mean for my YouTube channel specifically? So we'll have some time for that. But the other thing is, I know you guys will always be so excited for this part, is you want to be in the chat, because that's actually how you're going to enter to win this live streaming kit. And so we have this microphone and lighting and a webcam. All of this is going to get sent to one person who's hanging out with us today. Just because you're here on the class, one person is going to get this to ship to their house. And so this is going to be, again, something that we do after Sean finishes teaching today. I'm going to put in the chat a question for you. You're going to answer that question, and then we're going to randomly select somebody who answers that question in the chat. So make sure, again, that you click through on the YouTube video and chat with us over there on YouTube. And then you can enter to win all of this amazing tech. The final bonus that I have available to you is a action guide. This is really one of my, it's honestly the best bonus, because this really takes everything that Sean teaches and shows you how you can implement it on your channel. This is a highly, highly valuable class. What Sean teaches in this next hour is it's information that most people will never even think about, encounter, hear, see anywhere else. And you're going to have this hour again to soak in as much of that information as possible. But it's also really important to take action on what you're learning. Otherwise, it doesn't mean anything. And so you're going to get tons of actionable content here. Go into your action guide, make sure that you're following along with it. If you haven't gotten your action guide, then you're going to go to your email and you're going to search Think Media. Look in your, if you don't see it in just your main inbox, look for it in your promotions tab, your spam, or your junk folder. Search Think Media, and it'll be in the subject line, it'll say your action guides. Like, congratulations, your action guide is inside. So look for that subject line. And when you get it, open the email and just reply, say got it, so that we know that you're all good. If for some reason you've checked all three of those places and you still don't find your action guide, you can actually contact our team at thinkmediasupport.com, and they'll help you out because we definitely want to make sure that you're getting all of your free resources. We have even more that are going to be coming to your email over the next couple of days. So make sure that you're getting those emails. That's all that I have for you today. I'm going to see you guys over in the comments, and I'll turn things over to Sean to get us started with our class today.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Melissa. And I am super fired up. Show me out where you're watching from. We're going to get started. We got Chile in the house, North Carolina in the house. Welcome, welcome. We have got, hello, beautiful people, Timothea. Where you've got Alberta in the house, Seattle, Washington. That's me. I was on my phone just commenting. If you click through onto the YouTube to chat from our Think Media account, we got Austin, Texas, Kentucky. We've got Texas, Memphis, Tennessee, Mexico City. So great. Good to see you, Andrew. Dallas, Maine, USA. Beantown, CJR, welcome. Florida, USA. I was just in Miami, and I was not affected by a hurricane. Hope everything's okay out there. But it does rain every day in Florida at like 4. It's like a torrential downpour for 10 or 20 minutes. True story, isn't it? We got Austria, California. So fired up. Thank you so much for being here. And if you're just jumping on, this is a live class. But as a reminder, there's only a limited replay available. And so let's dive into the core content. And our topic today is the one YouTube strategy that's currently generating 347,285 views per day, and how I earn over 100,000 per month from those views without YouTube AdSense. So that's my promise today. I believe this class is going to be worth your time. There's going to be a lot of tactical value. And just to kind of back that number off, because I know when we were advertising the class, the number was a little bit lower, but the most recent screenshot here from Think Media, you can actually see in real-time views. In 2 days, Think Media, my main YouTube channel, is getting 694,446 views. So if you actually cut that in half in a 24-hour period, it's almost 350,000 views. So what is the strategy that is producing all of those views? Well, that's what we're going to be talking about today. But let's first start off with why YouTube. You know, new stats just came out that there's now 2.7 billion monthly active users on YouTube. The number keeps going up. You can see year over year, YouTube continues to grow. That's actually over a quarter of the world's population that's using YouTube once every month. Over a quarter of the world uses YouTube once every month. And so when we think about this, I think one of the big questions you may have is, man, is it too late to start YouTube? And can you still get traction? Isn't it still possible to build an audience? And it's really a supply and demand question. When you think about supply and demand for business, that's the fundamentals. And the truth is there is more supply, meaning competition is rising. But the good news is there's more demand still than there is supply. What do I mean? People still want great content. Demand for good content is skyrocketing. People are watching more YouTube. There's more people on YouTube. They're searching for more things. And so the demand for good content is skyrocketing. And if you have the right strategies, you can get ahead on YouTube still. Now, YouTube's also localized in more than 100 countries and available in 80 languages. So there's an international opportunity to have non-English speaking YouTube channels. Wherever you're based in the world, the opportunity to grow is better than ever. And in some cases, some of the biggest opportunities are international. Now, also, YouTube is the best platform for earning money from home. TubeFilter revealed a year ago that 200 million people are earning money from digital content creation. That's wild. Like collecting money, like they're being sent money over the internet from YouTube, from affiliate programs or other ways of earning money. And that number is a lot higher now. This is just the last time these stats I saw articulated in this way from TubeFilter. It's actually over a year old now. More recently, Yahoo Finance said that the creator economy is the fastest growing segment of small business. I hope you're taking notes, and I'm going to be getting into a lot of tactical value, but I think this is an interesting way that if I can add some value to you, that I think is helpful when it comes to having the right mindset. What is that? That the creator economy, I'm not just kind of making a side hustle. I'm not just starting a YouTube channel. I'm not just going to be a YouTuber or an influencer. I'm starting a business. And the creator economy is the fastest growing type of small business. More than opening up a Subway franchise, more than opening up a coffee shop, more than opening up a little retail store. Like the fastest growing segment of small business is this content creator world. And I know we have service providers on here. Maybe you're an agent, a loan officer, or maybe you do want to just make side income on YouTube. Regardless, this in and of itself is its own new type of business, really, and the best type of business. But probably the most shocking stat is Goldman Sachs, you know, the investment firm, the major bank, like them writing a deep dive research. This was actually from Goldman Sachs research, that the creator economy could approach $500 billion by 2027. To be clear, that means it's going to double in the next few years. Right now, it's estimated that the value of the creator economy, this is like the market value, meaning how much money is in the system. And after this class, we're going to be learning how do you get a piece of that pie. You know, what if you were to get 1% of the pie? That'd be insane. 1% of 1% is more than enough to make a living, potentially be a millionaire. Like when you think about right now, to speak to the behind the scenes of this, is that the creator economy is evaluated at $250 billion. And they're estimating that in the next 5 years, it could go to 480. So we've dispelled the myth of like, oh, it's kind of plateaued. Oh, maybe it's on the decline, or maybe like there's no more growth to be had. Friend, all of maybe the stories you've heard of stay-at-home moms, of people that are doing crafts and DIY and Etsy and putting that on YouTube and starting to build side income, of business owners that are starting to build their personal brand and make extra streams of revenue. Everybody that's you maybe see online, and you're like, dude, how are people making all this money and like having all this freedom? To this exact moment, all the money in the system, billions of dollars, is going to double in the next 5 years. Goldman Sachs So what we can see coming is a massive wave. And if we were surfing, now would be the time to get out in the water, start paddling and ride that wave and take advantage of all of this opportunity. So the truth is YouTube is healthy, growing, and it's the most profitable platform to establish your brand on right now. And so we're going to be talking about the exact strategy that took me from getting fired to financial freedom, the 3 reasons people fail on YouTube, how to grow fast on YouTube in 2023 and make big money, even if you have a small audience right now. And then I also am going to be sharing some details about a special limited offer on our YouTube course and group coaching program. There's actually some special pricing and a few extra bonuses, and I'll tell you about that a little bit later after the training. And I want to encourage you to take notes. I know more than ever before, and I'm guilty of this, we're living in a multi-screen world. If you're watching this on a laptop or a computer, you got your phone out, you're like, all right, when's he going to get to the main content? Like you're on Instagram, I get it. But I want to encourage you, shut out distractions, like really lock in, because I found that when I take notes, my retention goes up. And when I can implement what I apply, that's where the results are, because I'm going to be giving you my full 100% all out in this class. I want you to take this information, apply it, and go create financial freedom, build some momentum between now and the end of 2023 of growth on your YouTube channel. And so I encourage you, take notes, block out distractions, and block the time to watch this whole training, because over really the next 53 minutes, I'm going to give you a ton of tactical value. And we also have a free PDF download. It's a workbook that comes along with this training. That is in your email inbox. If you haven't got that yet, just search Think Media. And if it's not in your main inbox, it may be in your junk mail folder or your spam folder or your promotions tab. Make sure you move that to your main inbox and download that guide, because that'll give you even more value. If we are just meeting, number 1, thank you so much for being here. Number 2, I'm Sean, and I live in Las Vegas with my beautiful wife, Sonia, and our 2 boys, Sean and John. 3 and 1. John just turned 1, and excited about that little guy. We actually spend summers in Seattle, where all of our family is, so we're kind of splitting our time up. I'm on a mission to help people build their influence with YouTube. That's what our company does. I've been blessed to be featured on some of the biggest stages in a lot of the industry publications around business and entrepreneurship and video marketing. CNBC actually did a mini documentary about me. I'm a small town kid, college dropout, started shooting videos in my bedroom, and did nearly $40,000 without Amazon, without YouTube ad revenue. And so not that you care, but if you can look that up at CNBC, Sean Cannell, and that kind of comes up on Google. I've worked with a lot of different brands in the space. I've had the chance to work with, interview, and connect with some of the most influential business leaders, whether it's Patrick Bet-David or Gary Vee or Grant Cardone or Chalene Johnson. Wrote a book called YouTube Secrets. The 2nd edition is out now. Wrote it with my friend Benji, and has been blessed to have it featured in Business Insider. But I share all that so you're not wasting your time, and that you're learning from somebody who's actually like done something legitimately. Started multiple different YouTube channels, have like 3 or 4 silver play buttons now and a gold play button from multiple different channels. But what I'm most proud of is our students. Many who've started from 0 and have been able to also get that coveted silver play button where you hit 100,000 subscribers, or even the gold play button. Cowboy Kent Rollins at 1 million there. Mary in this picture actually is going to get a gold play button this year. You'll hear a little bit more about her later in the training. And what's kind of cool is our private Facebook group. A lot of people share their story in there. And so they share these pictures, and we get to see just our students of our program, Video Reiki Academy, just crushing it and getting that silver play button. And what's kind of cool too is, of course, who doesn't want to hit 100,000 subscribers? But you actually don't need 100,000 subscribers to go full time. You don't need 100,000 subscribers to make significant income. For some niches and some topics, they actually will never get that big. But we have students that make $1 million in their business and have like 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. So views and subscribers are not the only thing that matters, but no doubt about it, if you follow what we teach, you can absolutely expect to experience a lot of positive growth. And so I've done a lot of things right over the years, but I've also done a lot of things wrong. That's why I love trainings like this, because you get to learn from my mistakes so you can avoid them. You can learn from all the, foibles I've made so you could go faster. And ultimately, for me, I made so many mistakes because I've now been doing video for 20 years. You're like, bro, I thought you had gray in your beard. Yeah, I get it. I tell people that they're like, what are you talking about? I've been married to my wife 18 years. How interesting is that? They're like, did you get married when you were 13? And I'm like, yeah, it's weird, arranged marriage. That's a joke, but ultimately, yeah. So I actually started video back in 2003. So now 20 years ago, and it was for my local church. So that's why if you found me because you were searching for a camera or lighting or something, I've been doing video a long time. So I started helping people with like the thing I have the most experience in. This is actually a picture of me and some interns at a church. And we were balling on a budget. I mean, you could see our lighting was Home Depot shop lights, right? Our green screen, a lady in the church stitched together some of this green screen fabric from Joanne Fabrics. You know, I also could have cleaned the office up. I look at this photo like, Sean, that's actually kind of par for the course. Talk to my wife about it. It's awful. And married people say amen. You're like, come on, can I please get my spouse to actually not throw their clothes on the floor? Okay. So back in 2003, I fell in love with two things. I fell in love with video and I fell in love with my wife. She was a Starbucks barista, and I fell in love with coffee too, mainly because I was trying to get her attention. And no joke, I would go in like multiple times a day. She's like, you're back? I'm all jittery. I was ordering coffee again just for another chance to talk to her. And so eventually in 2005, we got married and started a YouTube channel for the church in 2007. So video 20 years, YouTube 16 years. Started a media business doing more video production, building people websites, building kind of like funnels and sales processes and helping them with YouTube. And so it was still a kind of a struggle though. You know, I was hustling, doing video production. We're working multiple jobs. My wife was working jobs. I was waiting tables at Red Robin and, you know, starting to do YouTube. And so that's kind of the backstory of where all my YouTube experience happened. But I wanted to share this with you because there was something really crazy that happened that really set me on the trajectory to where I am today. And it was sort of a life-changing event when our whole world came crashing down. You know, it was actually in 2009, after doing all of those things for a few years, that my wife almost died. And so we'd been married for 4 years at the time. And so she actually went on a trip, got super sick in the Philippines on a mission trip, and eventually had to be hospitalized, had a feeding tube, and got to the edge of death. And eventually I found myself in the hospital by her side for 6 days. And not only was that happening, but all of this other stuff we were building, we actually as a young couple had hustled to get into a house. And if you've watched the movie The Big Short, I think they just put it back on Netflix. The Big Short happened in 2008 and 9, and the whole housing market collapsed, and we were a part of that. So not only were we losing jobs, we couldn't float the payment because my wife's health, she was actually making more money than me. And she wasn't working. And then the church we were a part of also fell apart. Some senior leaders stole some money and there's a big moral failure. And so the church fell apart, which I was part-time staff on. So literally we were like losing money, losing our jobs, losing our home. My wife's like losing her health. And I don't know if you can relate to a season like this of uncertainty and overwhelm and fear or discouragement. And maybe that's where you're at. And I think that right now in the world, obviously there's a lot of uncertainty, and maybe you're also thinking, man, I want to build this YouTube thing, but I am dealing with like, my marriage is tough right now. I've got chronic illness. I've got a health challenge. I share some of this because that's exactly where we were. And one of the things that I learned that I want to share with you at the foundation of this class was this really powerful truth. And I want to ask you a question, especially if you're here live, or you can just journal this. But here's what I learned. I learned that reasons come first, results come second. And here's what I mean. As I was sitting in that hospital room, they had stabilized my wife, and I had 6 days where I just stayed with her. And I had a lot of time to think, a lot of time to pray, a lot of time to worry, honestly. But I did really feel challenged. And it was like, man, I got to man up. Like, as I was praying, I felt like God challenging me. Like, you got to fight for your family. You got to fight to take care of your wife. You know, you could get bitter at this point and just really start getting discouraged. And I fought that. Or you could get to work and realize like it was for sickness and health. And so your church job, which is gone now because the church is falling apart, like take action, go make something, go build something. And so I started to kind of formulate a plan of like, okay, I've been on YouTube for a few years and I've been learning some online business skills because I'd been buying books and online courses and studying. And when it came to, people often say, Sean, with building everything you've built today, what was like the genesis of that? What I learned was reasons come first, results come second. The reason for wanting to put in the hard work to build the YouTube channel, the reason for wanting to crash through quitting points, the reason for wanting to push through editing a video for 7 hours and only getting 7 views. That's how it starts. But when you have strong enough reasons, the results follow. And for me, my reasons were not ultimately fame or a fortune or followers, but all those things I think are good reasons down the list. For me, it was family. It was fighting for our faith. It was fighting for our future. And it was like, man, no matter how hard this gets, I'm going to get up every day and press record, even if it's uncomfortable. I'm going to get up every day and keep studying and keep learning. I'm going to get up every day because back then I saw the potential on YouTube. I saw that this was possible and real. I just share with you stats of what it is today. Like 200 million people making money with content creation. It's going to double in the next few years. There's more certainty on YouTube today than there was when I started. I was kind of making more of like, this looks like it's going to be something legitimate. Now it's the fastest growing type of small business. Now if like Uncle Eddie is like, why don't you get a real job? You could be like, bro, this is a freaking real job. This is the fastest growing real job, bro, Eddie. Like it's legit. Like, what do you even mean? But of course, there's skills to learn. It's painful. You know, maybe it's not helpful in a class like this. I could promise you some get rich quick scheme, but this is not that. This is going to take real work. But if you've got the strategies, this thing is real, but you're going to need strong reasons. So my question to you is, what is your reason for wanting to start a YouTube channel? What is your reason for wanting to add YouTube to your current business? What is your reason for building a personal brand? And I think having reasons like, I don't want to go out of business in the next 3 years if I don't actually embrace social media. I hate my job. I want more purpose. I want to make more impact. There's a difference I want to make in the world with my message. I've learned that wanting a dream house or a dream vacation is cool. Have that on the list too. Like I want all that stuff. I want to give my family those experiences. But man, if you tap into deep enough reasons, you're going to crush it on YouTube. You tap into something almost primal. You tap into that inner, your faith, fighting for your family. Whew, then like you'll do whatever it takes. You'll do the studying. You'll take the action. And so let me know in the comments. Maka says, get fun and have extra money coming in. I love that. I think that's amazing. I like this quote. Abel said, don't wish for it, work for it. Yeah. And it's going to take work. So putting in the work. And so keep sharing those reasons that why do you want to start a YouTube channel? What do you hope to get out of YouTube? What is it that you ultimately want to build with YouTube? Del Ser says, academia. I want to promote my entrepreneurship alternative courses to therapies through my YouTube channel and valuable content. I love that. Family, Sandra says, put my equipment to use. Jesus says, I don't want to lose the house. That's good. That's the kind of thing that'll light a fire. I like that. Like that. And we've been there, as I was just telling you, like it's something that lights up your fire is something so powerful to inspire and advise and educate people. Premier Adventure says, this is so inspiring to see all of your stuff. Got fired from work. That's legit. That'll light a fire. And so now it's time to innovate. Now it's time to reinvent. During that hard season in our life, I learned that hidden in every adversity is a seed of equal or greater opportunity. That sometimes the most beautiful blessings come out of our greatest challenges. Because when my wife Sonia almost died, it shook us to the core. It disrupted our life. And at the time, we of course were freaked out and like didn't know what would happen, but it set us on the trajectory to where we are today. And so sometimes, and massive love going out to you. I mean, if you just lost your job, it sucks. It could be very discouraging, but there's two ways to look at it. You could either like get bitter, or you could get better and be like, shoot, this might have just been what seems to have been a setback, really could be a set up for a better future. And so ultimately I did get started and I wanted to, I started to make videos, and I had been behind the camera up until this point, but I finally decided, okay, I got to start a YouTube channel. I'm going to be a massive YouTube star. That was my plan, And so I punched fear in the face and I started, and I posted my first video, and I wanted to share a clip of this with you really quick. Here was the first video that I uploaded on my personal channel.
All right, so this is, I guess, the first Sean Thanks vlog, and I'm going to try to vlog every single day. mainly so I can remember what I'm even doing and what's going on, because I just feel like I have a lot that I'm thinking about, and I figured, hey, why not share it? And if you find something interesting, that's awesome. Now, this is definitely as real as it gets, so I'm not going to try to be energetic or entertaining, though maybe sometimes I will. But anyways,
Yeah. So, I mean, listen, that was a horrible video, right? Like, I was like, here we go. I'm going to start a YouTube channel. It's going to be amazing. And then I uploaded whatever the heck that thing was, right? And I decided to have absolutely no plan. There's some lessons we can learn from this video, by the way, which was like, hey, this is my first video. I have no plan. That was a bad idea. That's the point of this class. So we can actually put a plan together. It was also like, here's the second promise: no energy and no entertainment. Kind of a bad strategy. So you can see that, like, I started so bad and look how far I've come. There's hope for all of us. Like, that's good news no matter where you are in your journey. And of course, the lesson ultimately here too is you got to just punch fear in the face, punch perfectionism in the face, and press record and really get started. Your first videos will be your worst videos. And you also can't, it's fine to upload bad videos at the start, but you can't stay there. Something about posting videos and getting 1% better with every upload, committing to continue to learn, to level up. And one of the big problems that I had, and I want to get into this story illustrates why a lot of people aren't growing, and you can apply this for what you're doing on YouTube right now, is that the problem was I didn't have a clear strategy. Some people that even think they have a strategy, they don't really have a strategy. You want to win on YouTube, you can't just be playing checkers in 2023. You got to be playing chess. You need a strategy. And as I posted that first video and it was terrible, I started to post some better videos. But let me kind of reveal the flaw in my approach. So as you can see, these were all posted on my personal channel. I don't really upload there anymore, but I was, trying to get some traction. And so, for example, you could see at the top of the screen, I uploaded a video, and it was on video gear equipment and video equipment. Now, it's a great topic. There's many good channels on that. That is actually what Think Media is today. It seems like I was onto something. The problem was I wasn't really approaching a strategy. I was just posting random content, and it got worse because had I maybe doubled down on that, I was on a good trajectory there. But then a few videos later, I uploaded a video called Bark Box Review. And that's a subscription box that some of you might know, right? For your pets. We had 2 Chihuahuas. So it has like pet treats and toys. So the problem is viewers might be thinking, okay, so this guy uploaded this video gear video, but did this channel just change to a pet channel? Also good, by the way. You could basically turn anything into a profitable YouTube channel. However, if you put it all on the same channel, but it kind of gets worse. So we're like, okay, so this is a video gear tips channel. Wait a minute. Is this a pet channel? Then fast forward, I uploaded my recipe for garlic green beans, quick and easy. Now, if you look closely, that video got 68,000 views. No need to compliment me. I understand. I am Martha Stewart. I am Anthony Bourdain. I understand. I'm a legend. 68,000 views. So all of a sudden now I'm getting a signal back like, wait a minute. Do I need to do a cooking channel? Like, but is this a video gear tips, pet toy reviews, cooking channel? And it got even worse. Like if you thought I was like bipolar, I then uploaded my Amazing Spider-Man review. I hold the world record for the most random YouTube channel and the worst strategy in YouTube history. Like that's why I told you learn from my mistakes. And then I uploaded a vlog of Las Vegas horseback riding, and then my Shin ramen, which side note is the best ramen in the world, very spicy, plenty of MSG and sodium to fry your nervous system in there as well. And I love it. So what's the thing here? Well, what's interesting is that any one of these videos is not necessarily bad. But do you see the missing piece here? There's no rhyme or reason. There's no clear channel promise. There's no strategy. I'm just random and I'm all over the place. And I bet you're a bit like me. I bet you're multi-passionate. You have a lot of creative ideas. And obviously I can relate. I do too. But here's what I learned. If you actually want to grow quickly on YouTube and make a significant amount of money, because we're going to be talking about that in a short time, you have to be more strategic than this. So ultimately, I was doing this the hard way. I was posting random videos with no strategy. I was hoping I'd magically become a famous vlogger. See, I had it wrong. I thought, well, people will just want to watch whatever I want to talk about. Too many creators, that's their mentality. You see, let 1% of 1% of people doing that. You're like, yeah, well, Emma Chamberlain talks about whatever. Yeah, well, if you're sitting there with 22 subscribers and no one's paying attention to you yet, then maybe the way you're doing it isn't working, right? So maybe you will become a famous vlogger one day, and maybe someday people will hang on any topic you want to talk about. But if you would be open-minded and join me for this process, there is a better way to financial success and YouTube success when nobody knows you. And I had the wrong approach, and I was also exhausted, overworked, and I wasn't getting the results I wanted. So for me, I had to find a better way. So what I did was I started to really invest in my learning. I started YouTube. I posted that terrible video. I then posted random videos. I got frustrated. And so I was like, man, I got to learn and level up. And everything changed for me when I started to invest in myself, and I started to actually like really study, buying books, buying online courses. And there wasn't really any good YouTube information back then. It was more like studying online marketing, online business, marketing in general, because you can apply that to titles, to thumbnails. The cool thing is we have like our kind of stuff today, which is absolutely YouTube specific. But nevertheless, that was the big key to transformation for me, to ultimately discovering the easiest way to make significant income online that doesn't require being YouTube famous. And so that kind of tees us up with some tactics to the one strategy that I will share with you right now. And then we're going to unpack it because it's going to seem a little bit simple. So here's the one strategy that's generating the views, that's generating the money. You can screenshot this, definitely make sure to write it down, but don't let its simplicity fool you, because this strategy has generated millions of dollars. It has generated 100 million views and beyond. That's just for us personally, 1 billion views when you add our students. And here's the strategy. You're going to create search-based videos around proven and profitable topics. Okay. So we're creating a particular type of videos, not random videos. They're search-based. Well, Sean, does that mean, I heard there's a faster way to get views on YouTube than search. That's true. But by search-based, if you want my 2023 September 5th bonus tip, you could also change the word search to intent. You create intent-based videos around proven and profitable topics. What does that mean? It means you understand what audiences want. Search is just a good way to know what audiences want, because when you do like keyword research, you actually can find out what is it people want to watch. You can find out what is it people want to buy, and there's ways to monetize from that. And by doing that, getting that information ahead of time, you basically just set yourself up for YouTube success. So we'll unpack this, but that's the one strategy. Let's talk about 3 secrets. Here we go. Number 1, YouTube channels that grow fast know their who and their what. YouTube channels that grow fast know their who and their what. So who is your channel for, and what problem does it solve? If you want to engage with me, you might write who, and then say who's your who, and then what, and who's your what in the chat. So who is your channel for, and what problem does your channel solve? If you have any hesitancy or you lack clarity on this, you're a little bit like me when I was frustrated posting random content, but not getting the results I wanted. I didn't know. I didn't have a clear who. I didn't have a clear what. I didn't know why it mattered. Let's look at some examples of illustrating this. So this is Tanya Eliza. We're looking at some of our VRA students. Tanya not only has over 100,000 subscribers, but Tanya's her business is making a couple $1 million a year. Pretty sick. And she's netting over $1 million a year. Pretty crazy. Now, again, that's wild because she doesn't have 1 million subscribers, but it's really helpful. And what is the key? Well, her who is business owners. Now, more specifically, it's more like female business owners. So she knows who she's talking to. And she helps people grow their online business and kind of specializes in social media tips, but also knows that network marketers specifically are her who. Now, I just told you 7 details that most people don't have. Let me just give you a little hint. If you say, well, my who, Sean, is everyone in the whole world. you're going to lose, right? Too many people are like, what do you mean? Like, who's my channel for? It's a comedy channel and I am hilarious. Who's it for? It's for everybody. Everyone's going to love me. What are you talking about? You know, the most subscribed YouTube channel in the world, independent YouTubers like Mr. Beast, 180 million. T-Series is like 250 million. There's 2.7 billion monthly active users. Even the biggest channels only have a fraction of the entire audience on YouTube. There's no way you could be for everybody. There's 0 celebrities, 0 channels that everybody likes. There's just 0. So if you try and reach everybody, you're going to end up reaching nobody. Where you're much better off is being incredibly clear on your who. Brian is really clear. Males, hit 25 to 45. You start getting some of those details on there, you're going to get me excited with special forces operations. It's amazing. Here we go. Who? Women who sew and have no one to talk about it. I like that. Now we also, if you can start getting into like ethnicity, maybe if you get into age and the a little more ninja stuff for you, we call it, there's demographics, but you know, it's more powerful than demographics, psychographics. I don't even have time to get into it. I feel Mel pressuring me and so anyways, so let's look at a couple other examples. Sean Chandler talks about who's his channel for? People who love Marvel movies, Netflix shows, specifically probably that lean a little bit geeky, lean that are also probably going to wear like a Flash shirt, you know, like there's a whole kind of community. Now, what's interesting is people are afraid of clarifying their who because they go, but wait a minute. If I'm that specific, then like if I really focus on male, then does that mean no females will watch? What always will surprise you is you will still get viewers outside of your target audience. But the channels that grow, they get clear on their who and their what, and they make a decision to like niche down until it's painful. And then their what, though, the big key there is what problem will you solve? So not just what, like you might say, so, you know, people who are sewing, they like sewing, they have no one to talk about. Well, what problem will you solve? And what Sean Chandler channel, what problem does it? Tanya Eliza was helping people with business, social media tactics, helping them learn things that are helping them get more leads, clients, money. Sean Chandler is going to help you around explained, like he might review a movie. Should I watch it or not? If you're a super fan and you want to geek out on, I mean, some of his best videos where all the MCU villains rank from worst to best. You know, one of the things that I do almost 100% of the time when I watch content now is just as soon as it's over is I watch a YouTube video about it. If I finish a movie, I'll watch Ending Explained because some expert on YouTube that's really more passionate than me will be like, did you see this Easter egg and that Easter egg? And did you understand this? And did you understand the back area? And did you understand this motif? I'm like, yeah, no, I didn't catch any of that, but that's why I'm watching you is because, you know, I was watching the Lord of the Rings on Prime and I was watching episode recaps because like 50% of like the details went right over my head. Like, I don't know, I'm just sitting here trying to, so people that are in entertainment, they want more context, character breakdowns in succession. Sewing report, who's it for? People who are into sewing, DIY, crafts, quilts, make some pillows. And what problem does it solve? Teaching, giving you product reviews, teaching you tips, follow along, DIY, like follow along and actually make sewing and crafts approachable. Think media. Who are we for? People who want to grow their influence with video, more specifically YouTube. What problem do we solve? Helping you find what camera to buy, helping you find software, helping you find lenses, helping you find strategies to grow. Andrew Finney team, real estate. Who's it for? People purchasing real estate in Las Vegas. Very clear. What problem does it solve? Tips for buyers, things not to say when buying, perhaps a neighborhood review, market updates. Is now a good time to buy? How do I get financing? That's endless, right? So you got to know your keto camp is who, people that want to do intermittent fasting, keto. And so channels that grow know their who and their what. In fact, meet Nicole. So Nicole in 2016 stepped out in faith from her career as a pediatric occupational therapist in an outpatient clinic to create a bigger impact for families. So she was driven not only for, yes, YouTube could give me financial freedom and maybe more opportunities and options, but her drive was impact. And that's a lot of people in our community. I mean, our mission is to help 1 million purpose-driven people. That's really important to us, purpose-driven. create a full-time living doing what they love while making it a difference in the world with YouTube. And so it was like, man, YouTube gives me a chance to scale my impact, to make a bigger impact. And she wanted to share a message with as many people as possible. So she started a YouTube channel. Why in what she describes, her words, very pregnant. She started when she was very pregnant with her first child. And she posted for years, though, without much breakout growth. And she's feeling frustrated, wishing things would grow faster. She was really trying to crack the YouTube code. And then she started using the VRA method, our course, in which we'll be talking about a little bit later here, and started to see some traction, and then started to have some breakout videos. And one of the videos that she did was actually called Tummy Time for Newborns. Ended up getting 6.8 million views. And what's so cool about this, though, is not only using the strategy we teach, but she was really clear on her who and her what. Her who was really more moms, definitely moms, could be parents, lots of different parents would watch, that were also trying to figure out stuff like, what even is tummy time? How do you do it? The baby is crying its head off. Is that okay? Like, I mean, this stuff I'm learning. I got a 3-year-old, a 1-year-old. They're like, okay, I'm trying to like get him used to strengthen his neck and stuff. Is he all right? Like, so trying to learn from somebody that has that experience, and she scaled it onto YouTube. And here's what's kind of crazy is when we like to say you're always like one video away from making a significant impact in someone's life and getting a significant financial impact. So I actually DM'd Nicole and said, how much money did you make just from that one breakout video? And at the time it had 2.7 million views. It's double that now. And so the money's doubled as well, but she made $7,525 from one video. That was how much YouTube paid her in ad revenue. And so today it's actually over $20,000 from that one video, because the video continues to get views. And there's other successful videos on her channel, but you're one video away. I mean, it's worth thinking about. You're literally one video away. And her videos have been viewed 16 million times, and she's built a multi-million-dollar business from doing this. What's even crazier, and I don't have time, we got to speed up, but this is kind of cool nuances that, you know, I don't get to share anywhere else, is actually she was able to actually sell her YouTube channel. And it was actually acquired by kind of like a bigger company. That was a very lucrative opportunity. She was able to kind of be hired back on to be a talent and a face. But as we are seeing this whole thing of like the creator economy maturing, of you starting something, you building something, and not just the impact you can make, but the financial upside of what's happening with these essentially like media businesses. You're like starting a media company out of your house. Like you never know what it could turn into. And so the key, though, is you got to know your who and you got to know your what. And by the way, the fact that a company acquired it, why is because she got a certain type of who's. They wanted to reach the audience that she curated. If you're not clear on your who and you just get a bunch of random people like I did, people that subscribe for pets, wait, no, it's cooking. Wait, no, it's Amazing Spider-Man reviews. That's not a valuable audience because we don't even know who they are. It's too random. It's confused, and it confuses the algorithm. You got to know your who, you got to know your what. So here's 3 reasons people fail on YouTube. Reason number 1, random content. I see this happen a lot. Like I go on your channel, it's random. Like the last 5 videos, last 10 videos, bro, where are you going? Like, sis, what are we talking about? Like, who's your who? What's your what? A weak channel topic. You might say, okay, I know my who and what. I know this is harsh, but that's why you're here for coaching. I know that's harsh, but just because you have a clear who and what doesn't mean it's good. You want to make sure that your channel topic is solid. Because if you pick a who that's weak and your promise to the who, who is it your channel is for and what problem does it solve? If that's not strong, you're not entitled to success on YouTube. So a lot of times they're like, oh, I know my who really clearly. Well, just because it's clear doesn't mean it's going to be good. And then number 3, there's no money plan. And what I mean is that also is why if your channel topic is weak and you go, well, Sean, my goal is to be financially free. My goal is to be making $5K a month, $10K a month from my YouTube channel. My goal is to solve this problem and reach this goal. Great. But if you just launch out, and remember, I'm saying this with love from my own failures, and just post random content and be like, why is there no money? Maybe because you didn't have a money plan. That's like a modern way of saying no business plan. So you get clear content, strong topic, strong who, strong what, and a strong financial plan. That's going to be a good foundation. Secret number 2, channels that grow fast on YouTube play by the new rules and they focus on the right things. So on top of, these are stacking. We need all these things. On top of getting clear on our who and our what, we also need to know, okay, what's working on YouTube right now? What are the tactics that are working on YouTube right now? You know, while the fundamentals of the algorithm actually stay pretty consistent, and that's what YouTube employees themselves have revealed, there's hundreds of changes to the algorithm that are always happening, small tweaks that you want to stay on top of. What that also has revealed is that for some people, they have temporary success on YouTube, but they don't have consistent success. You know, check the track record. We've been here. In fact, we just celebrated Think Media's 13th anniversary. For the first 5 years, I was working at a church in Las Vegas, and I was very, like, not part-time would be an understatement. Like I was also dividing my focus across 4 channels, which is not a good idea. That was another mistake. Do not do 4 channels, do 1. Focus your energy and your time. But as we've been focused on Think Media, originally my wife and I, just for a couple of years, and now a whole team of creators and a growing thing, what you might notice is that, you know, for us to experience 65% growth over the last year, that's not easy. You might say, well, it's easy for you to say you're already established. No, the opposite is actually true. A lot of times established channels are the most likely to plateau. So the reason I share this with you is just to illustrate that you have got to be upping your game, learning what's working now, reinventing yourself. Babe Ruth put it this way: yesterday's home runs do not win today's games. You got to be playing by the new rules of YouTube success. And so, again, fundamentally, the same principles, the principles really don't change, like the fundamentals, but there are new tactics, different tactics that change. Let me just give you some examples. One is the new YouTube Studio is out now. Now, you probably know that, like, what used to be called YouTube Studio Beta, it's actually been out for a couple of years. But if you're not spending much time in there, like as of the last 2 days, there is new analytics, new basically feedback that YouTube is giving you that essentially is saying this is what YouTube wants. So being familiar with the new YouTube Studio. 2, many strategies that gurus are teaching don't work anymore. I do want to warn you that it is kind of hard to figure out who you could trust. There's people all over the internet spouting off all kinds of things. And you got to be careful because somebody might talk about, like, use YouTube hashtags. They don't matter. They have a place, but they're not going to help you grow. They're done. Like there's just, it's not even a tactic. Like it's an organizational system. And so you want to be careful about who you follow. And more than anything, I would encourage you to inspect their results. Like I want to learn from somebody that just has a proven track record that didn't just get lucky once, but that's been lucky in that's been proven in multiple different verticals. Like for example, I was one of my obsessions to have success on YouTube, not teaching YouTube first. So I was able to build 6 figures before of income annually for my family and I as a solo creator without a course or anything else like that. I'm always leery if the only way someone has been successful is like teaching that thing. It's fine. A lot of people do that. I'm aware that that's what we do today, but I've made 20,000 off of health videos and tens of thousands of dollars talking about health products or personal development stuff on these different experiments to just prove that, like, oh, it doesn't only work if all you do is teach the thing and teach. There's too much of that on the internet. All I'm saying is you do your own research, be careful. And then number 3, viewer behavior is changing. Viewer behavior is changing, and we want to be aware of that. One of the biggest things you could be studying is viewer psychology. So we can't obviously go into like 30 different things as far as the new rules, but let me just give you one. And that's what's very powerful and can be very helpful for you. So for example, Sean, what do you mean there's like new rules of YouTube success? Well, you got to understand how YouTube works. And in the early days, subscribers were king. So one of the most significant changes over the years was that no longer being true. But the way it used to happen was, if it's like to succeed on YouTube in the early days, like subscribers was the distribution system of content. So it's kind of like the rich got richer. It's like, well, how do you even get subscribers? And if you had subscribers and you upload a video, your subscribers saw the video, and then growth led to growth. And this is what's fascinating. I've been in this thing for so long. One of the most powerful and popular strategies back in the day was collaborations. Oh, if a famous YouTuber has me on their channel, or a big business owner that has a big channel brings me on and collabs with me, I can get awareness that way. Still a great strategy, but what's fascinating is it's no longer needed like it used to be. And that's really good news, because it was kind of like, well, shoot, if I'm starting from zero, I'm at such a disadvantage. Well, fast forward to today, and subscribers are no longer key anymore. In fact, it's in a way not even really how YouTube's distribution works. Even if you have a lot of subscribers, when you release a new video, they only show it to a tiny portion. And depending on how that group of people engages with that determines if more people see it, but not even more of your subscribers, people who are not subscribed that are similar to your viewers. So what's king today? These are one of the new rules to understand. CTR and AVD are the new king. CTR and AVD. What does that mean? Click-through rate and average view duration. Essentially this: if you release a video, even if you're a brand new channel, and you have a good title, good thumbnail, great topic, and so a few people, YouTube puts it in front of a few people. Those people click on the video. Step number one, can you even get someone, if they see it on suggested or they see it on their main page, even if we're talking about like 100 people, they see that thumbnail on the homepage somewhere on YouTube. They have a chance to click it. The signal that YouTube will hide your video is if someone sees it and is like, okay, and they scroll past it. That means they did not click through rate, CTR. If they see it, they're like, that got my attention. Exactly what you do to certain videos. Oh, thumbnail kind of got my attention, the title. They click on it, but then the second part is key. Average view duration means how long they watch. They click on it, and then do they stick with it for 5 minutes, 7 minutes, 10 minutes? Do they watch until the end? It's one thing if you write a good title and have a good thumbnail and they click on it, you and I have been there, and then you start it and you're like, nah, I'm not going to keep watching this. And you only give it 5 seconds, 10 seconds, because it doesn't hook you. It doesn't grab your attention. Or you watch it for a while and you're like, this person's not getting to the point. Or you watch it for a while and you're like, I think I already got the point, and they didn't give me a reason to keep watching. So you bail on the video. Well, that's going to kill its distribution. Here's the opposite opportunity. If you're a brand new channel and you master these rules of YouTube success, and you have almost no following, but you put out a video that people click through and they give it a good average view duration, the amount of time they watch it. YouTube is studying all of us all the time. And what it does is it's trying to make clusters of people. This is why you need to know your who. It's trying to group people. And it's saying, who's like Sean? There's other people who like what I like. Man, Sean likes this kind of stuff. And the other people like the same kind of stuff he likes, psychographics. We're getting really geeky in this class. We have never really gone here before. And so ultimately, we're going to show this video to other people like Sean that the algorithm has discerned. Getting super geeky and trying to zoom out now is just say, here's the good news. If you are starting from scratch and don't have any subscribers, you could still grow really fast. It's actually more of an opportunity today than it was in the early days. And so understanding this and mastering this, and to illustrate, meet Larry. So Larry's a chartered financial analyst. He faced a lot of challenges on his journey. And for several years, he really kind of struggled with comparing himself to others, because he actually failed his level 3 CFA exam multiple times. And it caused him to get passed up for a job promotion. And actually, again, speaking of how sometimes adversity is a setup for a great opportunity, it kind of made him just rethink his trajectory, and he started to go into a new direction. And so through perseverance and growing his confidence and developing the right mindset, as well as investing in his skills, he's, again, one of our VRA students, he eventually stepped out as an entrepreneur and a creator. So brand new channel, starting from scratch. No subscribers. He posted his first video on June 9th, 2021. Also, again, he didn't start in 2015, didn't start in 2010. Oh, you had to start years ago to grow. No, you can start a brand new channel right now. It's happening all the time. So he posted his first video. Did he have fancy lighting? No. Did he have a fancy camera? No. Did he have a fancy set? No. I mean, look at it. It's just super basic, just filming in his office. The key is he knew his who and his what. And he also knew how to master these new rules of YouTube success, right? And understanding, okay, how do I grab attention, keep people watching? How do I come up with the right videos? He actually grew to 1,000 subscribers in 1 week. And then over 6 months, he got 53,000 subs, almost 1 million views, and he only posted 13 videos. So the thing I need you to know is that we need to master the new rules of YouTube success. Like we want to master, and here's specifically 3 things to master on YouTube in 2023. Number 1, we need to learn and master the YouTube platform. Understanding how YouTube works, it's a big deal. What I was trying to kind of just explain is, okay, when you understand what YouTube wants, you can make YouTube happy. And if you make YouTube happy, YouTube promotes your videos and you can grow very fast. Understanding YouTube Studio, kind of understanding analytics. And it's not only something to learn and master, but it's also kind of a moving target. They continue to make updates. You know, one practical tip, if you haven't downloaded the YouTube, it's a separate app. So you want to get the YouTube app, but you also want to get the YouTube Studio app. It's a separate app, YT Studio. It's sick. And they keep adding new features to it, new insights. There's different things in there. So the ongoing mastery of YouTube, the platform itself, right? 2, you got to work on improving your videos over time. So as you saw my first horrible video, I encourage you to do the same. Start before you're ready. Don't overthink it, but also don't get stuck in not improving your videos. Get 1% better with every upload. And that would just be mastering. Editing matters. The structure of your video matters. We teach what's called the perfect video recipe, like having a way to improve your videos over time. And then number 3, a lot of people miss this. You want to learn and master modern marketing. The skill of online marketing is invaluable. And really, if you think about what YouTube is, you're essentially building a media company. I know marketing is not something we all want to, it's kind of almost like sales. Like nobody wants to be a car salesman. Nobody wants to be a marketer. But it's really a skill set that the best YouTubers are mastering at every level, entertainment, education. And so what has been your investment up until this point in really mastering modern marketing? Again, demographics, psychographics, positioning, of course, getting attention, getting people to take action, persuasion, all of that kind of stuff, and the many nuanced details that lead all the way into titles, descriptions, thumbnails, copy, meaning the text that might be on the thumbnail, in the titles, etc. So a lot of different things there, but for time, let's speed it up as we give you the last secret here. We have a lot of good stuff to cover here still. I can make big money with a small audience by ranking videos and following a smart YouTube money plan. So if I know my who and my what, and I master the new rules of YouTube success, now I need a money plan, and I can make big money even if I don't have a big audience, and I'll prove that to you. How? By ranking videos. We'll define what that is. And also following a smart money plan. Remember, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail, right? If we don't actually have a money plan, then we shouldn't be surprised that there's no money. So what was your plan? Well, I didn't really have one. So why were you surprised when you were still broke? Well, because I could have been a little bit more strategic with that. So let's break this one down. So first of all, what's a ranked video? So a ranked video is a video that appears in top search results on YouTube or Google, and or continues to be suggested by the YouTube algorithm. So if I want to grow from scratch, and here's what's cool, is a brand new channel can do this. I want to get one of my videos when someone types in a search for something specific, a problem they're searching for, or a desire. Could be entertainment. They're looking for comedy. They're looking for music. They're looking for something. I want to get in front of that. But even more powerful too is if YouTube itself starts surfacing my videos on people's homepages, starts suggesting my videos to people. Our definition in the 2023 world of a ranked video is either way. Your video keeps being found, keeps being suggested to an audience, causing you growth, not just when you post the video, but a week later, a month later, 6 months later, a year later. Ranked means you post it once, but yet it keeps getting views for even years to come. Now, the mistake that a lot of people make when starting on YouTube, though, is they don't have a money plan and all they focus on is AdSense, ad revenue. And the problem is, especially when views even could be decent, you're like, well, Sean, I got 100,000 views a month, a couple 100,000 views a month, 7,000 subscribers, but like, not really, I can't even pay the bills. Well, if you're just focusing on AdSense, that is the story of 99% of creators. So what we have to do is have a better money plan than just that. And I'll show you one example of when it finally clicked for me. One of my favorite ways to earn money on YouTube without YouTube ad revenue, although that's cool too, once you get monetized, was I started to do some experiments on YouTube as I learned about these different ways of making money. And one of the experiments I did was on a video called Gift Ideas for Him. And I was just kind of sitting on my couch. I got my dog Rosie with me. And I put this video out after a couple of years of doing YouTube and struggling. But now that I'd been studying online marketing, how to make money online business, I realized, okay, wait a minute. What if I combine YouTube and affiliate marketing? So this is just one way you can make your money plan more powerful. So you don't just rely on ad revenue. So let me explain. So affiliate marketing is when you review or recommend a product online and you earn a commission when someone purchases the product. Here's my personal definition. Affiliate marketing is a cool way to make money sharing the products you love and use personally. Nothing weird about it. It's not some pyramid scheme. It's like it's products you would already recommend to your friends, family, your mom, and like you just earn a commission in the process. But you would like, oh, I love this. Like, yeah, when I work out, these headphones stay in. And even though I sweat like a lot, like they haven't broken, even though I saturate those things with head sweat, that's disgusting. And they're great and they sound good and the bass is good and they don't hurt my ears. And like, thank you so much. This is literally yesterday. I was watching YouTube videos because my running headphones are worn out. And I was like, what's the new era? So I went looking for things and I wasn't. Anyways, so it's a cool way to make money and it's a win-win-win-win-win. It's a win for the viewer. It's a win for the creator. It's a win for the brand creating a product that serves people's needs. So here's how it works. You can sign up for a program like Amazon, but you don't have to do Amazon necessarily. There's like Bass Pro Shop, Dick's Sporting Goods, Nordstrom, Target, Home Depot, all the software companies, ClickUp, Money.com, Kajabi, ClickFunnels, like they all have affiliate programs. But on Amazon, you could do it also in the US or Germany or United Kingdom, France, Japan, Canada, Mexico. And so once you get signed up for an affiliate program online, any of them, Logos, Bible software, like there's tens of hundreds of thousands of affiliate programs, I would think. Like almost anything that's sold online has an affiliate program. You then log in and you're able to create trackable links which you can now put in your own YouTube description. When some visitors click on those links, you make money, right? So here's an example. So I made this Gift Ideas for Him video, and then in the description is an Amazon affiliate link. So this was making money off this video, whether or not the video is monetized by YouTube ad revenue. And I'll never forget my first affiliate payment, November 2nd, 2010, Amazon affiliate program. I got paid $2.12. Impressive, right? Pretty crazy, huh? So obviously that's not $100,000 a month, but here was the cool thing about that. When you get clear on your money plan, I think it's important that you don't despise small beginnings. I've learned this. Before you make $100,000 online, you got to make $1 online. There's something about proof of concept. And so even though that was only enough money to pay for like 1/3 of my caramel macchiato venti ad shot extra whip at Starbucks, it was proof of concept. I was like, dude, that's $2.12 more than my neighbors made online in November 2010. And the key here is, what if I wasn't even doing it right. Like I didn't know best practices. I didn't know the new rules of anything. I was like, this actually works. That's like, I think the first goal, that's what we try to do for our students, is like our first goal is like, let's get it dialed in and get it working. And then let's fix it and improve it. Because if we can get you to get $2.12, then let's get that to 20, 200, 2,000, 20,000 a month. Right. And so I dove deep into the trenches and continued to study, okay, how can I dial this in more? And then over the years, I started to get really clear on my who and my what and my strengths. By this time in 2012, I'd been actually doing video production, cameras, for 9 years at this moment. So then I started to post videos like best camera for YouTube. And this was ultimately how I turned my passion into profit. I took a hobby of mine, what I love to do, what I had already invested my money in, what I had already invested my research in, what I had already invested study in. And I was able to monetize it. Side note, turn it into a tax write-off, turn things into, and I was really able to turn my passion into profit, talking about cameras, and really also satisfy my camera addiction. As my wife would be like, you bought another lens? Like, we don't need. And, you know, fast forward to today, this was August 2023, literally last month, 5 days ago was the end of August, right? And Amazon Associates pay me $23,386.06. And that's one of, brace yourself, 100 affiliate programs that Think Media is now a part of. Warning, I do not recommend you sign up for 100 affiliate programs when you're just starting. It's too much distraction. Get one going, get more money there. But that's legit, like how much different opportunity there is out there. And so I feel like affiliate marketing is probably about $1 million of earnings profit at Think Media a year, which is wild. But then think about the long tail of that. Like if you just earned, 10% of that, that'd be 6 figures. If you just earned 10% of that, that'd be $10,000 a year in affiliate marketing. It's a lot. It's crazy what it could turn into. Now, of course, these results are not typical. This isn't for get rich quick people. This didn't happen overnight, right? This took time, it takes strategy, it takes learning the skills. But my point in sharing this is to prove that this stuff is real, right? And we've had up to $40,000 months profit on Amazon. And like I said, here's like another affiliate program. The account balance, $3,837.75. It's for another piece of software. And that kind of money can come in every month or every 60 days. And you can have multiple different ranked videos connected to different affiliate programs. And I want to be clear with you, we have a PDF guide that's 51 different ways to make money on YouTube. 51. So there's ad revenue, and then there's like affiliate marketing, but this doesn't even have to be like necessarily one of your personalized strategies. A huge key is to figure out your money plan. And I'm just sharing one of my favorites that was aligned with my passion and my vision. And what's cool about that is this creates like real passive income, meaning because I have ranked videos that I posted a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, some that are 10 years old that still get views, still grow subscribers, still generate ad revenue, but still also get affiliate marketing clicks. That's real passive income. Work I did 10 years ago is still paying me today. Work I did 6 months ago is still paying me today. And it's the compound that we'd call actual passive income. And I think the power of that is it allows you to really go all the way back to reasons come first, results come second. What is it that you ultimately want to achieve? For me, and just to give you an update, we've definitely been on a crazy health journey. My wife almost died, but through a lot of prayer, a lot of different doctors, some really dark seasons, but also she has what's called gastroparesis and now has a gastric stimulator, which is like a pacemaker for your stomach. Others have a pacemaker for their hearts called a gastric stimulator. We didn't think we'd be able to have kids. And through, just in the last 3 years, we were able to have Sean Bradley and then John Steven. For me, when I think about it, this comes all the way back to like, man, what was all the hustle for? Why did I want to learn this? Why did I want to master this? Reasons come first, results come second. And for me, it was family. It was the vision that I had in the hospital room, right? And the vision of wanting to build like a life and a business around our lifestyle so we could do what we want, when we want, with the people that matter most to us. I've heard it said that being rich is having money, but being wealthy is having time, like having freedom. I was able to go on a trip to Israel with a couple pastor friends, Jeff and Mike, and another creator named Ruslan. And so, I share all that because I want you to keep the reasons in view as you're thinking about, okay, 7 hours of editing, 7 views. But I made $1 online, $2 online, 2,000, 20,000. It works if you work it. And that's why we've really created a system for it. So let me break down, because I promised this for you, how I earned over $100,000 without YouTube ad revenue. Just to be clear, YouTube ad revenue over time can be very lucrative. And so Think Media, here's a screenshot. We're right around 500,000 a year. Add up our other channels, and it's about $500,000. So pretty good, $500,000 in YouTube ad revenue. But there's so many other ways to earn money from your YouTube channel. And even if you cut ad revenue out of the equation, we are doing well over multiple six figures a month in our company. What I thought would be more powerful is to, again, show you some of our students from different channels and topics. Because again, you might say, Sean, easy for you to say though, dog, you've been doing video for 20 years and YouTube for 16. What if you're just starting? What if I don't have the skills, yet? What if, and so kind of meet Mary. I love Mary's story. It always inspires me. She's a former New Yorker, now living in the simple life with her sweet husband in the Texas Hill Country. She loves traditional cooking, bone broth, ferment, sourdough, and she wanted to share her passion on YouTube, showing people how to be a modern pioneer in the kitchen, no matter where you live. But she really didn't know where to start, and she didn't know how to ultimately make a video or what videos to make. And so following our system, she built confidence and started posting videos. She actually joined YouTube when she was 60, is when she got on YouTube, joined VRA. And what's wild is she's, like I said, she's going to get a gold play button this year. She's almost to 1 million subscribers. Pretty wild. But one of the strategies that's been so powerful for her is also affiliate marketing. And just to see, you could do this in any niche, any topic. This is her Amazon influencer store. And she's got things like her favorite planners, gardening supplies, aprons, whole grain flours, food preservation, all this different stuff. She does things like mock meal, survival garden seeds, US wellness meats, and different things like that. So affiliate marketing, again, not ad revenue, is something that lots of our students are learning. You also can create your own online course. So here's Nicole, from Kids Occupational Therapy, or from Kids OT Help. Eventually she changed her channel name, and, fast forward to today, it's a lot of different seasons in her building a multi-million-dollar business. But saying that, one of the things that she created was like weaning essentials, transformational tumming time. So like a $20 course, a $34 course, where she made some, not just free YouTube videos, but some more premium content that she packaged in an online course. You can also do things like Audible trials. And so Sean Chandler, we were talking about how he does movie reviews and things like that. Well, he was able to make multiple thousands of dollars by getting people. This is another affiliate program where people could sign up for an audiobook, a trial of Audible, and you get $5 to $10 to $15 at the time. It's less now. It's like 5 or 10 now. At the time, it was like 15. Even if someone just signed up for a free account and they canceled, you still got paid. And so he was able to make thousands of dollars, encouraging people to check out Stephen King's It when the movies were popular on audio. Friend, there's literally, the possibilities are kind of endless. The key is mastering the rules of success and thinking about what's the right money plan for you and connecting the dots. It's like, ooh, my content, my audience meets this way of earning money. Match those things together, and a lot of cool things could happen. And you could see that different people are doing different things. And so here's Ben. He does a monthly membership. And so he's helping people. He helps people kind of reverse diabetes, get off, do intermittent fasting, boost their energy. Really cool to see the impact that he's been making. And he's got a monthly membership where people can get access to like Zoom coaching with him in a group setting, some videos that he has accessible access, like the actual kind of course content, and then an exclusive community. And it's ongoing. It's not like a lifetime access thing, but it's like an ongoing membership he has. Then there's Mike from Stone Coat Countertops. So he had a local business in Oregon, I believe, doing epoxy countertops for people's homes. And so he wanted to get on YouTube. And so what he did was he got on YouTube, started doing free tutorials of how to do your own DIY epoxy countertops. But then he could say, hey, here's how you do it. If you want to buy the kit, go to my website. And you would call this like e-commerce. He's selling his own physical products or your own services. And so you use YouTube to lead to that stuff. And you could see he had these countertop kits and stuff like that. And then you got like Andrew Finney. So he was doing real estate and he wanted leads and then clients to help them either buy or sell their home. He gets a 3% commission. So if he makes a YouTube video, sells $1 million home in Las Vegas, his commission is 3%, he makes $30,000. That also reveals why, depending on your money plan, the cool thing is, how many views do you really need? That's why a very small channel could make significant money depending on the money plan. And what I love about this story is Andrew's video here. We talk about this a lot. Today, his camera looks great. His lighting looks great. He's got all the fancy gear, but he started before he was ready. Like, he started and he punched fear in the face. He got started. And what I love about this is, like, everything in this video is wrong. With massive love for Andrew, and we like laugh about this. First of all, like, it's framed wrong. By the way, like, if you could see where he's framed, he's basically like framed down here. It'd be like if I was here and this is just a mistake you correct. Like, you want the framing. Like, hey guys, welcome to the show. Secondly, he didn't have a lot of good energy. He was very awkward. He was trying to get the globe photo in there. The audio, basically the camera was like a baked potato, like essentially the camera quality. And then the audio was just no special mic or anything, kind of echoey room. But lest you think I'm actually putting the video down, I'm not. I want to reveal to you that it's really more about the content value than the production value. If you know the new rules of YouTube success, you get clear on your who and your what, and you're making the right content, you can't really see, but notice how many views this video has. 269,000 views. So you could talk about like, okay, it wasn't the best. And so you're going to be overly judgmental on yourself. I just want to encourage you, again, start before you're ready, because especially if you just add value to the viewer, people aren't coming to this. And here's the key. It says 8 things not to say when buying a house. People aren't coming to this video hoping it's going to be the Mandalorian on Disney Plus. They don't think it's going to be like a Jerry Bruckheimer movie. Like, it's not they're not looking for the production value. What do they want? They want the content value, right? And there's a myth. The myth is I need 1 million subscribers to make real money on YouTube. And we've already busted that myth. But this is Jen DeVore Richter. When she had 546 subscribers on her channel, she sent us an email and said, I just had an $11,000 a week thanks to VRA. And she said, this is possible because of what I've learned and implemented in VRA. And I've had my biggest new week of revenue with $11,000 in new business. Back to the money plan. What is it you're doing? Products, services, leads, clients, Audible, so many different ways to do it. So let me know what your aha moment from this training has been so far. Drop that in the comments if you're here live. What has been your aha moment? What have you liked best? What has stood out? And let's recap the one strategy. We're going to create search-based videos around proven and profitable topics. And then we're going to strategically align those videos with the right money plan. And so I know that over the last 74 minutes and 26 seconds, I've been sharing a lot of information with you, and you probably feel like you've been drinking out of a fire hose. I know we got a little deep and geeky. And so I wanted to, you also probably still have a lot of questions. I've tried to give a ton of value, a lot of tactics you could apply. And I want you to take action on this stuff, but obviously we've just touched the tip of the iceberg. So if it's cool if I share a little bit about how you could go deeper with us, if you want more help with implementing this, just type yes in the comments. Just type yes if I could go into that. And maybe you're wondering, how do I set this up right? How do I grow my confidence on camera? What about actual tactics for thumbnails and titles or video optimization or money-making strategies? Let me know. And if it's cool. And then I know we also will do as much Q&A as we could get to. We have that giveaway as well. But Redeem Her says yes. Barack Irina says yes. Aha, you don't have to have a huge channel to make money. Yes, for sure. Jesus says yes. Tommy, yes, yes. There are multiple ways of making money from YouTube. Yes, yes. Awesome. Okay, cool. And so let's just dive into, I want to share a little bit on this special sale that we have. And I'll go through this quickly and then we'll get to the giveaway and everything else. But I've created something special to accelerate your success on YouTube. And you can see the details at joinvra.com if you want to just check that out. We've actually, it's not just our signature course, Video Ranking Academy, and I'll tell you what that is in detail, but there's also some extra trainings and our YouTube starter kit and a couple other things that are all included in a bundle at a discounted price to give you everything you need to win on YouTube. To also be clear, this special offer has a 30-day money-back guarantee and includes lifetime membership. And so I just want you to see it right off the top so you can check it out. Let me just break it down a little bit of exactly what this is and what this will do for you. So it starts with the foundation of the whole thing, and that is our program, Video Ranking Academy. You heard me reference different Video Ranking Academy students in this training. And ultimately, this is the program they're a part of. What this is the proven system for ranking your videos, growing your audience, and turning views into income with YouTube. The truth is YouTube can be confusing. And so inside of Video Ranking Academy are the clarity and the answers that you are looking for. And so ultimately, the promise of this program is getting your videos to show up on the first page of search, just like you see here on some of my new videos. But people wonder, does this still work today? And does it work for someone who's just starting out or doesn't have any experience with video or creating content? And the answer is yes. You know, this is Dr. Eye Health, and he, as an eye doctor, wanted to scale his impact. And so he didn't know how to make videos, didn't know how to edit videos or do anything, but he started to post content. I think today, found me on Think Media, joined Video Ranking Academy, and he's over 500,000 subscribers now. He's ranking all kinds of videos. Andrew Finney in real estate, Heather in homeschool, Jen in sewing and DIY, Benji in cooking, Plants and Lucia. She joined at zero, maybe like 100 subscribers or something like that, just at the beginning of her journey. Now she's over 50,000 subscribers. She's making money in like 6 or 7 different ways on her money plan. It's really cool to see the journey. Becky Park on Poshmark is doing like thrifting, Plato's Closet, reselling Poshmark stuff. After a year in VRA, she got over 8,000 subscribers and nearly 1 million views. This is Sandra. After joining VRA, she did 6 million views on YouTube. But what I wanted you to see is that all of her videos and titles are in Spanish. So people wonder, does this work in other countries and in different languages? And the answer is yes. She speaks Spanish. Her titles are in Spanish. And so you can apply the VRA system in any language. And so the cool thing about this program is you get, when you join today, you'll get your email and password to log into your members area. You could take it on a laptop, a computer. We have an app. You could take it via our app. You could take it at your own pace on a tablet. You're going to learn and master a system. This isn't just like a course. It's actually a system that is proven to work over and over again. It's called the 7R system. And then you also get the workbook. And to be clear, the workbook is a PDF download, but what a lot of our students like to do is they like to print out the workbook at a local Office Max or Kinko's or something, because it hits all the different learning modalities. This is an 80-page workbook, and you don't just get the easy to digest, take the videos at whatever pace you want. You know, I taught in a Bible college in some different places, so I've studied adult learning theory. So if you can follow the course and follow the videos and follow the modules, and then you also can reinforce it with the worksheets and checklists, the curriculum is designed to take it whatever pace you're comfortable with, and it'll transform you into being a YouTube expert and help you build a YouTube channel that you're proud of. Now, you're also going to get access to our private Video Ranking Academy Facebook community. So you get answers to your questions, industry updates, connection with other influencers, content creators, and business owners. And inside of the group is where we have things like our never fall off accountability system. You might be wondering, like, what if I don't stick with this? Like, obviously it works. Like, I see the stories and the case studies, and I see different people of all ages and backgrounds, but you might think about yourself. Like, I've tried things in the past. And so we're obsessed with your success. Like, we want to help you win. So we created what's called the never fall off accountability system. And these are prompts that happen in the group weekly. So you're being reminded as you get connected, not just to the course, but also to this group, to post your milestones on Monday, your thumbnails on Thursday, Tube Tuesday, you post your videos. And like, for example, what's really cool is the group is very active. So you post a thumbnail and people give you feedback on it. You know, hey, change this. It's kind of confusing. What if you did this? And so iron sharpens iron. The group is very powerful. We have the VRA show that happens monthly in there, different hangouts, tips and YouTube news behind the scenes. And it's very encouraging. Like, imagine the feeling of being surrounded by encouraging people that are pursuing their goals together. That's the community experience inside of VRA. And so to join and to see this particular offer, if you're on the watch page, there's probably a button there that says click here to learn more about Video Rake It Academy. If you click that, that'll take you over to where you can purchase and see all the details. You also can see a lot of cool stories there of different students from all different walks of life, different channel topics, and learn a little bit more about the types of channels that this program has helped. And if, depending on where you're watching this, you can also type in joinvra.com into Safari or Google Chrome. That'll take you to this special offer. To be clear, this is a different offer than what we sell on my website, SeanCannell.com. So you're going to want to use the URL on screen, type that in. And if you're watching this, you may need to open up another monitor or, you want to keep the video going because we're going to do Q&A, but you can open up Safari or whatever else and keep this playing in the background. So you might be wondering, what is the investment to get in? Well, just a couple ways to think about this. I mean, what does this cost? You could try to figure this out on your own, but that's obviously trial and error, time, money, and opportunity cost. Like you saw how long it took me struggling, making mistakes, and ultimately time is money. I value my time more than ever before now that I've got kids and I'm trying to balance family. So the powerful thing about this course really comes down to one question. Do you value your time? Because if you understand how important time is, Video Rake It Academy is a shortcut, getting the right information in the right order, not just a bunch of random YouTube videos and someone you don't know if you could trust this person or that person, following random tactics, but following a system. And so the system works. And if you value your time, this course is priceless. And we have a 30-day money-back guarantee that'll back that up. But you're going to master this. And so you could avoid trial and error. You could avoid the time and the money and the opportunity cost. And by the way, in September, it's one of the best times to join because you're getting ready for the massively lucrative opportunity that is Q4 every year. We don't have time to unpack that, but affiliate marketing, online shopping, all of that, 4 to 10X's in the fourth quarter around Black Friday, Cyber Monday, in every single niche. People just spend a lot more money. So when you master this system now, the opportunity cost is the delay in learning what it is you need to know. Like I heard one person say, the cost of you not knowing, if you're making $100,000 a year, the cost of you not knowing how to make $1 million is $900,000. Like what does it cost not knowing how to make profitable YouTube videos over and over and over again? That's what our students have mastered. Oh, how to print money. Like, okay, I know how to rank videos and connect those to profitable income streams and do it over and over again and scale my money up. That's what Mary's doing. She joined at 60. She's 65 now. She's got a book deal from Random House for a cookbook. She has mastered a skill that's allowing her, they were going into retirement and they had some retirement, but things were a little bit tight. And now they have a lifestyle that's beyond their wildest dreams. Well, that's just the opportunity cost of shortening the skill gap to being able to create videos that will produce passive income. Of course, you could go to college or university. That's going to be $35,000 to $55,000 just for 1 year. And you're going to get generalized, not specialized information. I looked this up. I got hit with an ad for Las Vegas College, $50,000 a year to do a digital marketing associate's degree. I wouldn't even get the degree after 1 year, right? I'd have to do that for 2 years. And so it'd be $100,000. And here's the kind of courses that's in that. I'd have to go through the introduction to business, human resources, ethics, and social responsibility, e-commerce systems administration. I'm not getting that excited. And that stuff I'm sure is important. Here's my point though. You're going to pay 1/50th of that price today, and VRA is 50 times more valuable. I can say that without flinching. This is essentially a YouTube college, but we've been able to pass along the savings of this curriculum. You do get access to the Think Media faculty. There's 20 of us on the team now, 10 contractors. The team is growing. But we don't have a bunch of grass to water and a huge campus and all of this overhead expense and kind of the inflated, somewhat broken model of traditional education. This is the new era. This is the online era. So you're able to, don't underestimate the value of this program when you actually see how low we've priced it for what it is you're really getting. And then, what's the investment to work with me one-on-one? Right now, it's $24,000. I've got 2 active clients. That's for like one coaching day or spreading it out over like 1 hour for, once a month for 8 months or something. That's just the real price. And if you want to reach out, I'd be happy to work with you or to consider. There's an application process to work one-on-one, but people always say, Sean, what possibly could you teach for $24,000? Well, what people are paying for is just access to me on a one-on-one basis. But what do I teach? I teach Video Ranking Academy. This is everything. I mean, this is my whole YouTube playbook put into a playbook, put into a course that you get access to. And so when you ultimately add up the core modules, the workbook, the private group, you could see that it's easily valued at over $5,500. And that's why our retail price for VRA on my main website is $3,997. You won't pay that today. But just so you know that this isn't hype, people are buying it on our main website and they're super happy. I was just at a business event and a business owner came up and said, hey, bought your course, best $4,000 I've ever spent. I learned so much. I passed it along to my team, which, by the way, when you join Video Ranking Academy, your license, your investment is good for one household unit or one business unit. So it becomes an asset. Like people say, my wife and I go through this? Yes. Can I go through this? My son also wants to be a YouTuber. So for one household or for one business, so you start thinking about the power of your business owner, you get the big idea, the high level understanding, and then you pass it along to an admin assistant or someone that you hire, someone that, is going to support you, or you go through this as a couple. So anyways, it's not $4,000. We've dropped down. This is what you can pay today. Here's our special pricing for you. You can actually get started at Video Ranking Academy for one payment of $97 to start. And that gets you, when you make that payment today, you'll get your password, get your email, and you'll be able to log in and start taking action immediately. Now, to be clear, you could get started for as little as $97 plus an additional 11 payments of $97. That's 12 total payments. It just means we've spread out your enrollment into the program over a year's time, but it's not going to slow you down. You'll get the bonuses, VRA, all up front, or you also can pay in full. And then there's a savings if you pay in full, and you could do one payment of $997 and get started. And so either way, you get to jump in, start getting results. Simply Sherry said, my affiliated income grew 600% in 1 month because of VRA. Amar said, in less than 10 days, VRA has already paid for itself because new students have found my content on YouTube and scheduled private training with me. Trevor said, 2 weeks into the course, and I've already done $2,000 in affiliate commissions from my videos. Still going through the modules, but it's been a fun start. So this special offer, the $97 pricing and some of the bonuses, which I'll tell you about here, is at joinvra.com. And so my question for you is just, how open-minded are you about giving this a chance? The cool thing is you can join, try this out, and I'll tell you in a second, but we ultimately have a satisfaction guarantee, and you have a full 30 days to try out this entire program and the bonuses. And so here's a couple things. In addition to the core course, we wanted to make this a no-brainer offer, like just everything you need. And the cool thing is that VRA is complete. People wonder, like, is everything I need in VRA? Well, for the 7R system, this is going to make you a YouTube expert. But then there's some things like, oh yeah, but what about, I've never been on camera before. How do I grow my camera confidence? What if I'm not quite ready to start my YouTube channel, but I'm trying to figure out what even topic I should do? So what we thought was, okay, if we put together a bundle that literally A to Z covers every single thing you could possibly need as it pertains to building a creator economy business, like building a YouTube business. And so you're going to get our camera confidence course. These things are sold separately, and you could go to the page or read about these, but this is a $597 course sold separately. It's no extra charge. You'll get our YouTube starter kit, which is a lot of templates and checklists. That's all about speed. Sean, how long is this going to take? The reason we wanted to get this to you is because going through VRA, it's a YouTube college. You could go through it pretty quickly depending on your time, but you also might be saying like, man, I got work, I got school, I got some other things. I want to do it 1 hour a week. Well, the cool thing is with lifetime access, you are able to ultimately take it at whatever pace you want, but we're also obsessed with getting you quick results. And that's what the YouTube starter kit will help you do. You also get our niche finder course if you're trying to still figure out your thing, or you're thinking about pivoting or repositioning your channel. And we do other things for speed, like This includes our 101 most profitable niches PDF. Like this alone, if you just go through this, find the most valuable topics on YouTube, see which one you're most passionate about, and then boom, it gives you clarity fast. You also get monthly private group Q&A sessions, our YouTube Shorts Masterclass. YouTube Shorts are getting 50 billion views a day right now on YouTube. It is a good opportunity for awareness, for growth. And the cool thing is it's a really good way to get started if you're feeling overwhelmed by the gear or tech, because legit, all you need is a smartphone. Like the barrier to entry is so low now. You don't even need accessories. Like we'll help you find those, like maybe get lighting or plug in a microphone, but all you need is a smartphone. And there's some templates in this, like some frameworks for some of the easiest to make shorts that get big views. There's a $297 value, brand new. We've actually re-recorded VRA a few times. And so it's the course updated. Is it new? Yeah, we've just added new videos to it. We were talking about some new ones this morning that are going into the members area right now. So that goes back to like the new rules of YouTube success. The nice thing is that as YouTube evolves, you have a community and a course and myself and the Think Media faculty supporting you on your YouTube journey, not just on like an outdated course made 5 years ago, but actually like a living, breathing community that continues to give you the most cutting edge information. You also get our AI for YouTube. If all you got was this, like this thing is so valuable. I was just at a business event and people were like, no joke, we were sitting in this group of entrepreneurs and they were like, I would join your program just for that guide. Like we have spent thousands of hours as a team testing different AI tools. And this is a living document as well. So you get access, like as we update it, as we see what's working best and so on and so forth. For example, depending on your workflow, there's a tool called Autopod that you can plug into Adobe Premiere that makes what used to take 3 hours in video editing take 3 minutes. No exaggeration. And that's if you're doing multi-camera editing. So it's not just that, but here's the truth about AI across the board. It will help you go faster. It will help you save time, but it also doesn't replace humans. And some people are overhyping it. It's an assistant to you learning the strategies and learning how to think. So we wanted to include the AI for YouTube living document as well inside of this bundle. And then you also get lifetime access. To be clear, that's going away. If not in the next few months, this will be the last year we do it. We're restructuring our program and whatnot. The good news for you is you don't have to worry about that. Sean, you're telling me that if I join today, I get future updates to VRA? Yes. I get lifetime access to the private Facebook group and the online course? Yes. I won't be charged anything and no hidden fees in the future? Correct. And so you have the peace of mind to take this material at your own pace, which is also kind of nice. I know summer's coming to an end here in the US. Sometimes it's back to school. We think about it's a busy season, but you're certain that like, I know I want to do YouTube. It's been burning on my heart for so long. I've been talking about it with my friends and my spouse for so long, and I don't want to sit on the fence any longer. Jump in, like join today and lock in these bonuses, lock in lifetime access, but then know that you could go at whatever pace you want. You could use the YouTube starter kit, start getting some quick results, and then go through VRA over the coming months. So you have the total peace of mind to take this at your own pace. So to be clear, you could see everything you get here. This is a total value of $12,181. And you're getting over 90% off of these programs when you add them all up separately. And so joinvra.com is where you can see everything. And then this is a limited offer. This special offer expires Monday, September 11th. If you want these bonuses, this pricing, now's the time to jump in. You do have a little bit of time, and I respect, maybe you've got a spouse, somebody you want to pray about it, 100%. But I do want to encourage you. If you feel it, I know for me, a lot of times I'll forget. There's something I want to do, but I'll get busy and life's busy, right? So if now's the time to join YouTube, and I'm happy to answer any questions. Now's the time to go all in on YouTube, and you value your time and you're like, give me the system, give me these bonuses, jump in so that you don't miss the deadline for this limited offer. And then finally, so many different testimonials and stories, but the last thing that I want you to just know is that, again, this has a fully 30-day money-back guarantee backing it up. And so we've removed all risks. So that means essentially, whether it's 29 minutes from now or 29 days from now, if you email us and just say, I'm not happy, we refund your money. I'm so confident in this offer that I'm willing to actually put all the risk on us to let you jump into Video Rake It Academy, try it out. You even might have some questions and you're like, Sean, but is this inside or is that inside? And we could go back and forth forever. The only way to really like know is experience it, like dive in and know that by testing it out, you've got a full 30 days to actually test it out. So you can, how do I make an informed decision? Well, I'll give you as much information as I can, but the best informed decision you could possibly make is dive in the program and see how great it really is. My confidence level is that when you join Video Rake It Academy today, you're going to be blown away and say, this is 10, 20, 30 times more valuable than the price I paid to get into it. And if, best case, worst case scenario, you jump in and a couple of weeks later, you're like, oh my gosh, this is going to be insane. As we go into the holidays, you've got hundreds, thousands of dollars coming in, passive income as you're ranking videos, connecting them to different income streams. Worst case scenario, you dive in, you learn a bunch of cool stuff, you see how great the program is, but maybe you go, you know what, in light of all this, it's not for me. It's not what I thought it was. And then you get 100% of your money back. And we've made it so there's no way to lose. Like best case scenario, you're going to absolutely crush it. Worst case, you're like, it's not exactly what I thought. And you still have all your money. So I want to invite you to join me inside of Video Rake It Academy. Join Melissa. You do have our 100% satisfaction Think Media guarantee. And I just want you to know that, I fully back that with our company. We've been here 7 years. There's the 10 years on YouTube really before that, right? But 7 years as a company, 30 people now with everybody, with 4 or 5 new hires in the books right now. And we're just going forward. We're here to stay. We fully back this program, making it the greatest YouTube education program in the world. It continues to evolve, and you can lock in lifetime access and join me inside. And I am certain that you will not be disappointed. You're going to be blown away by the value. But I want to welcome Melissa back. I appreciate you allowing me going through all that. And we'll do our giveaway as well as any questions you have as well.
Thank you, Sean, for a great class. Always love seeing all your guys' aha moments and everything that you learned from that over an hour of teaching. Sean always over delivers on his teaching. And I know some of you guys got a ton out of it today. So we are, like Sean mentioned, going to get into the giveaway in just a few moments. And we also have questions that I've already, saved that you guys have dropped in the chat. And if you have more questions, now is a great time to drop those in the chat and we'll get to as many as we're able. One of the first questions I just want to address right before we get into the giveaway winner is about this question from Tom's DIY shop, because I saw a couple different people asking this question. So Tom is asking, what is the pace cadence of the class? Is it something that somebody working full time and trying to make the time to create can do successfully? So this is a great question, Tom. I know I answered you in the chat, but several people were asking about this. So this class is entirely self-paced. So I think Dangerous, you had also asked me about how long it would take to finish the class. So it's entirely self-paced. If you just binged all the content and spent days dedicated to watching it, you could probably get through everything within 2 weeks. That would be, again, just kind of binging through all the content. But we usually recommend you taking it a little bit slower, actually. It's not about how fast you can get through it. We really think we've really designed the course to work around your lifestyle. So Tom, our course is full of people. I would say most people who join are people who are incredibly busy. They have full-time jobs, or they're full-time at home with the kids, and just have crazy lives. So we've designed everything to work around that. So if you're sitting there thinking I am just way too busy to do something like this, don't worry, we've got you. And actually you have a whole community of people who understand and who feel the pain of being crazy busy and trying to start a YouTube channel. So again, you can go through the course totally at your own pace. And then we kind of keep you going and motivated and keep you accountable within our Facebook group, where we post something every single day, asking you, to post a piece of your YouTube video you're working on, or there's different prompts in there. We have a weekly show that happens within VRA to give you the latest tips and tricks. So Sean kind of covered those things. So that all happens on a weekly basis. You can come to whatever you're able to. There's replays of everything. Again, it's all just so flexible and built for people who are busy. So we would love to have you inside there. Tom, I know you said that you're joining. So that would be amazing to have you inside of the hashtag VRA fam. And it also would be great to have you dangerous in there because I think it will really help you with your channel. So we're going to get into that giveaway winner right now. So if you've been on with us before, you know, you got to drop us a drum roll emoji in the chat. So give us a drum roll, and I'm going to bring Sean on to drum roll with me as well. Sean, what are you drum rolling with today?
Gold coin.
A gold coin. I don't even know.
And a OVU business
Wow.
card.
These are the most random items I think we've used.
It's an NFC, like, so you tap someone's phone, like, oh, here's my content, like networking at an event. This is what I got.
This Sean's desk is really clean today. If this is like the only like random items he has, I don't know. Usually there's fire. Here we go. The drum roll, please. The winner of the live streaming kit is Practical Dementia Care. Congratulations, Practical Dementia Care. Love the sound of your channel and all the people that I'm sure you're helping. Your aha moment. Amount of subscribers is not always relevant to making money. Yes, 1,000 true fans, all you need. Congratulations. In order to claim this prize, all you need to do is head to thinkmediasupport.com. Let our team know that you won, and we'll get these awesome tech pieces sent out to you. So excited to have you as our winner, Practical Dementia Care. Hype them up in the chat. Get excited for them winning, and we are going to get into some more Q&A. So another question that we have was just again about the timeline for this. And so as Sean mentioned, this is available until the 11th. So until September 11th, you are able to jump into this offer. And again, the replays for this class is the same deadline. So if you want to rewatch the class, or maybe you came in halfway, or it was just such great content that you want to check it out again, you have until September 11th to do that. Again, the deadline at joinvra.com. I always recommend you just head to joinvra.com now, because there's a countdown on that page that'll show you exactly how much time you have left, like in your time zone and everything. So you don't have to worry about all those details. So just head to joinvra.com now. Again, you'll see that countdown timer, as well as more stories and testimonials and just tons and tons of different people who have used VRA and had great success with it. So Sean, I've got a question for you from McGuire Real Estate Team. Curious what kind of channel you would suggest for a realtor?
Yeah, you know, this particular niche gets me excited because I hear the stories all the time. So I was just at a business conference in Miami talking to some of our students, which is always cool to run into our different VRA students, and loan officers and agents. I spoke at an event in Vegas for 1,000 loan officers and agents. And as you know, also transactions are so low right now, right? Like the interest rates are high and all this kind of stuff. But what's wild is, of course, many real estate. This is a good illustration for everybody watching this. For the 90 of us on here live, if you have to be on here on the replay, there's just something about, like, in any economy, whether there's a recession, whether there is unemployment going up, there's always people still employed. There's always people still prospering. There's always people still, there's still going to be transactions, even if they're lower. And of course, it's the sad thing is that a lot of agents and officers right now will leave the business. But some will also get the business and they will stay in it. There's many different things that give people an edge, but one of the most powerful things is if you have a personal brand, is if you're tapping into YouTube, online content, mastering modern marketing. And so in talking to some of these individuals, what was wild is they're like, business is booming. And I was like, that is not the story of your average realtor. So I think the key is just, it sounds like you're consumer facing, you know, B2B would be helping other agents as that model. There's the two channel models I know of is you're focusing on like agents or investors, or you're helping people buy or sell homes, like kind of in a local market. And that's the kind of channel you would create, pros and cons of moving to the area. And just, we have a ton of service providers of all kinds, but a lot of real estate agents in our community. And the common theme that I hear is they're like, yeah, I just did 2-3 transactions this last month. And what's because of YouTube content alone. This is what it was. I actually shot a video and I posted it on my Instagram stories. And I was trying to piece together, my brain is mush. But I do kind of want you to see this, because what's fascinating is this, the story of Mike was his name, was also, my channel's kind of been growing slow, and I'm like, okay. And what do you mean? He's like, well, and I'll show you, Mike, here. If y'all are on Instagram, I'd love to connect with you over here. Here's what it was. And so Mike Harrison, and he was like, started YouTube. And he didn't have like the big numbers, but he goes, yeah, a lead came in that wanted to purchase a house in this particular area of Texas. And he's like, I'm going to be closing the deal this week while I'm in Miami. And he said, right now we're narrowing it down and it's going to be a $2 to $4 million purchase. So I said, Mike, well, what's your commission going to be? And he's like, well, $60,000 to $120,000, because agents get 3%, right, on the transaction. So in your case, this back to the money plan, like Video Ranking Academy, something like that, and investing in YouTube content is a no-brainer, because you start thinking about what's the model. And then if you think about scaling that up, well, it could lead to tons of transactions or even multiple other income streams that agents do. Like one of our students, Anton, he does also development and he does investing himself, and you could do short-term rentals and long-term rentals. And I don't want to spin off and all the different stuff. But if that's what you're kind of at, one thing I'd say for sure is VRA is perfect for you. But two is it's getting clear on who's your channel for and what problem does it solve. And don't mix like advice for agents with let's say content for someone who's going to purchase a house. Those are two different things. It would be two different channels. One of our students, Kelly Zitlow, has two different channels. She's a loan officer, not an agent, right? She's got a channel focused on helping consumers get a loan. How do I best credit, improve my credit, whatever. And then she's got a channel for other loan officers. I know earlier I said don't start two channels, and I would recommend most of us still not do that. But she has a team, an admin person, someone helping her, a videographer. So at some point, I think you start two channels after one is profitable or after one business is profitable. I've shared a lot, but I hope that is. If you have any follow-up questions, let me know. But I hope that helps.
Yes, thanks, Sean. Okay, we've got this question from Teresa. Is also Redeem her also had similar question. Is it possible for a ministry to use this formula, develop an audience, and build an income in the ministry niche? An awesome question. And Redeem her, again, similar question. Is it possible to use this for a women's ministry channels?
Yeah, so I love this question because it's one of those things where you think about, when you think of ministry, a lot of times you don't, I know your main heart, your main purpose, of course, is impact. It's not money. Of course, you need money for the mission. And so it is, what I love about YouTube is the fact that we have a lot of pastors, churches, ministries in the program. And the first question is, what is it you're ultimately trying to accomplish? Because if you grow a YouTube channel, and what is your money plan? And for some ministries, it may be a donations. That's how churches make money, off of tithe, off of donations. And more awareness, more influence, a better understanding of building your audience, adding value, and giving clearest call to actions, it could very well lead to an increase of giving and online giving. And that has been the story of some of our students. I think about a pastor in New York who also really grew during the pandemic. And one of the ways they track fastest growing church in America is by giving units. And because of tapping into YouTube and shifting his mindset from local to also the fact that content can be watched worldwide, the amount of giving units actually ended up being one of the fastest growing churches in America, which is crazy. Even though you might not see that, it's because of the online audience. So on the one hand, you're thinking it's a sound approach regardless. Like, you should use this formula, develop an audience, and grow your ministry, period. But the other way to think about it is depending on what the promise of your channel is. Like, we actually used to have an educational channel. It used to be called Think International. That was back in 2010. And I was the videographer really for a guy named Jeff Moores. He recently renamed the channel to his name, and he's taken it over personally, but you can still see the history there. And so the value proposition of this channel, and you could see, you go back a little bit, here's me in a few of the videos over time. So we had stuff like Facebook tips for churches, or we do the interviews, praise and worship, tips for teaching kids about worship. So here's the point. The target audience of this channel was like helping churches and ministries grow. Okay. So what's interesting about that, as just one example, was eventually we found like an affiliate program for this program called Preaching Rocket and Giving Rocket. What that was essentially a coaching program. One of the most powerful ways to grow a local church is people are coming for the sermon, no doubt about it. Usually the music, but also the sermon. And so if you could improve as a communicator, which is hard to do, improve also not just as a communicator, but also as a theologian and your handling of the word, you get it. And so this thing was called Preaching Rocket, and it had a value proposition to help people who essentially not just communicate every weekend, but it's what they do for a living by working for a church, get better. So we didn't create a program. We were an affiliate for somebody else's program. And in fact, I mean, you can still see the video. I wonder, like I did a thing called like Free Conference for Preachers. I made a video promoting that. I wonder if this link still works. And here it is. Discover the secrets for delivering powerful sermons. And people can register. It's the 2016 summit. So I don't know. But it's put on the Rocket Company. And then, they would sell their program, and I was an affiliate. And check this out. I think we made 50% on their program. And it was a couple $1,000 program because it's like a higher level, immersive, like boot camp for preachers. And there you go. So Teresa, I think, and anybody else in this or any niche, man, when you start learning the system, you start learning the different ways of monetizing, there's so much opportunity to create multiple streams of income and to create additional streams of income, yes, for a ministry. There's also websites like Daily Grace Co., which is just kind of the tip of the iceberg. I mentioned Logos Bible Software has an affiliate program. And affiliate marketing is not the only thing you could do. But if you look at Daily Grace Co., which is journals and the Bible maps, handbook, all this different stuff. Well, let's scroll to the bottom of the page and look at this. It says affiliate program right here. And you could sign up to join their affiliate team and get discount codes and gifting, whatever else. So yes, it's one area I'm particularly passionate about. As you can see, my faith's a big deal to me. And I think about this idea of like the Apostle Paul made tents. And in some cases, man, you have a passion for the gospel or passion for ministry, but building out that marketplace skill, the Apostle Paul made tents to pay the bills. He talks about in the book of Corinthians, like, y'all didn't even support me. You should have. He's like, I should have had the donations if you realize the value I was giving, but I never put that pressure on you. I was able to earn money myself, money for the mission. And I love seeing purpose-driven people that want to make an impact with kind of a ministry mindset that also really develop the skill of being able to generate income and wealth. And so absolutely, that's a powerful couple ideas that I hope inspire and point to what you could do.
Yes, that's awesome. And Practical Dementia Care, so happy to have you here and that we get to send you some free tech. That's awesome. Riff G-Man saying joining. Congratulations. Welcome to the
fam.
Hashtag VRA fam. Matthew Fraser says, I'm in. Can't wait to start. Such great value. It's a no-brainer. Welcome to the Hashtag VRA fam. So glad to have you, Matthew. And I love that we do everything we can to make this a no-brainer offer. Seriously, between just packing this with value, we keep our prices super low despite everybody in our industry pressuring us to raise the price because it is worth so much more. We keep our prices low. We offer that guarantee. We do a payment plan to even make it easier for you. So literally we're like, how can we make this like the lowest risk possible? How can we get this the easiest possible for people to jump in? So I really hope if you are on the fence and you're trying to decide if this is worth it, maybe you've never purchased an online course before or something like this community that we're offering, and so it's like totally foreign to you, I really recommend just heading to joinvra.com because there are tons of stories on that page that really just help show you that people from all different backgrounds, all different demographics, so different channel types and different channel niches are able to succeed when they have the right coaching and the right community support. So head to joinvra.com. It truly, truly works. We have literally thousands of people who have reached their YouTube goals, who are finding success on YouTube because of Video Ranking Academy. So I highly recommend jumping over to joinvra.com and do it now, because again, if you forget, you click off this and then later on you're laying in bed and you're like, I don't remember what that URL is. And then you get distracted again because you're scrolling on TikTok. Do it now. Open it up. And if you're able to jump in now and then let us know, because I would love to welcome you while we are on this class together. We do only have just a couple more minutes. Sean needs to head down to his kids, and I'm sure they're waiting for dinner. So we have Maud Works saying joining as well. Congratulations. So excited to have you as part of the fam. Okay, we are going to go for tonight because I know Sean does need to, again, head down to the fam. But I really want to encourage you guys. Joinvra.com. Jump in so that you can continue learning with us and continue growing. We have so much fun on these free classes, but this is just a small taste of what it's like inside of our full program with VRA. So we would love to see you in there. And for today, I'm going to sign off. I'll jump into the comments and answer a few more questions over there, but we'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for being with us.